This is in, I want to say, Arizona. Early morning raid. Law enforcement
Yes.
arrested a Mexican national, Juan Carlos Cota. Remember, if you ever see two last names, I don't care what anybody says. That is usually always a sign of someone being here illegally. I don't know what it is, but if you see two last names, check again. 18th Street gang member in Arizona. Thank you, DHS, ICE, and President Trump. Now, here he is being arrested. And I'm going to tell you right now, y'all told my wife earlier, I said, you know what? Good. I know what kind of guy this guy is looking at him. I've, dealt with a few of these bad hombres in my life. All they do is run around the hood, push dope. They just break the law, drink Coronas, hardly even work, and smoke uh, herb. Okay? So this guy got busted in Arizona, and I'm glad. Think about it. Not only is this guy off the streets and he's going back to his country of origin, he's a crazy gangbanger, right? From a notorious gang. He's out of there. Someone is going to have his job now. What American citizen is going to have his job now? Who was this guy harassing in his neighborhood? At this point, I'm not going to say it don't matter, but he's out of there. Sayonara, Holmes, you got to go. So this right here, I posted it. Any person that's here illegally that gets deported, I'm going to post you on my page. I don't care if it's 1 or 1,000,000. I'm happy, I'm glad, and I'm going to post it because we are full of joy when Trump and DHS and Tom Homan take these scumbags back to their country instead of them being around us and harassing our community. I am glad, and let's give a big round of applause to the DHS, Tom Homan, ICE, and President Trump for deporting this scumbag criminal gang member. Your thoughts? Go ahead.
I'm glad to see him go. Whenever you were talking, it just took me back to Trump's speech where the left sat during all of those heartfelt moments of DJ and Lakin and all of these
Horrible.
people that literally lost their lives or were severely impacted by these illegals, and it just makes no sense how anybody that loves this country would want those type of people here.
Here's
Makes
another
no
one.
sense to me.
Here's another one. So he's a youth soccer coach, 43, charged
Yep, I
in
saw
the
that.
unaliving of a 13-year-old soccer player, accused of SAing another boy, is an illegal migrant from El Salvador. How the hell is he a soccer coach? What the hell is going on? Either way,
You know,
go ahead.
so many of these companies, and part of it is that for a long time we didn't pay attention to
True.
what companies were doing. I can tell you that there is a casino that is about, I don't know, 50 miles from where I live in Florida. And my sister and I went in there one day, and like it was just like empty. It was crazy for a casino to be this empty. And we met somebody in there that we knew, and they had, this was back in, oh my gosh, a long time ago, 2018. They just had a massive ice raid, and the Seminoles, who are tribal, who go
Yes,
by their own laws, had been hiring all kinds of undocumented immigrants,
I bet.
and wiped out about 75% of that casino's workforce.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. So for so long, we haven't held companies accountable for who they hire and making sure that social security numbers are correct, and that anybody can fill out a W-9 and put, yes, I'm a United States citizen, yes, I was born here, here's my social, da 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 da. But what kind of follow-up is there really to it?
Well,
He's the first one really making people be accountable for that.
thank God for Doge. I got 2 points, right? How the
Hmm.
legal situation is comparable to the tariffs. We're going to go into that, y'all. We got a lot of good info. But I'm going to say this. Doge, I saw David Harris post this, but I haven't seen nothing today. I told my wife, it's going to break open tomorrow, this story, but I never seen it. So I haven't looked into it. There's so much breaking news. And I told my wife, this right here's going to break, but I never saw it. But he said that Elon found some very incriminating and very dangerous info with the Social Security numbers. In that, many illegals, this is what he said, had Social Security numbers. I saw it last night, but I ain't seen nothing today. I'm going to look more into it. But y'all look into it if you get a chance. Don't ever just believe me and Christy. Do your own research. Amen. He said that many Social Security numbers have been found. They were linked to illegals And what were they able to do, Christy? They were able to go for Joe
Mm-hmm.
Biden. They're you get my drift. They're able to go V for Joe B. And when I heard that, I said, that makes a lot of sense when Joe Biden beat Trump that year, right, y'all? So we'll keep y'all posted on that situation as it develops. But can you imagine, sis, that Doge would actually uncover something crazy, the illegals? I mean, it's not too far-fetched, right? That they would have social security numbers and they would go support President Biden. Let me just leave it at that. Go ahead.
No, and we kind of knew that anyway because we knew that whenever you looked at the Black population that had said, I'm for Trump this time, like I wasn't the first go around, but I am this time after what Biden's done to us. All they wanted were people to replace the Black selection that they would make. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's what they were doing. That's absolutely what they were doing. We all knew what they were doing. They were just too dumb to get away with it.
Yep. So hopefully they're held accountable. Now, one more thing before we move on to the tariffs. Sure, something weird about Fast Freddy's. I'm going to look into that. I don't know if you see that comment, Christy. Put that in your mental. That's pretty interesting.
I can't see
when you get a chance
right now,
on the repeat. Now, the tariffs and the illegals. Same thing what you said about the casino. Not the one that, maybe the one that Brian Trejo goes to, the Choctaw. But anyways, shame on them Seminoles. Shame on them Seminoles for hiring illegals. But I compare the illegals to the tariffs. It's going to hurt at first when you lose most of your workforce, right, with the illegals. But then after a while, it's going to help better the situation for American citizens. Same thing with the tariffs.